Meow meow. I haven't played Genshin in a while. You know, I don't really wanna quit like all of those influencers are doing. And because, you know, if they don't like the gameplay, then whatever. But, you know, I love to play as my favorite characters. So, that in itself is good enough for me. I don't really expect things to be like, very easy. Because that's what they want to happen. They wanna make things easy. No, they want a bigger guarantee. Like to get characters that they want. I mean, look at me. I've wanted Yelan since I started playing, but I still don't have her. You know. And I keep on complaining about it, but you know, but for one, it's always a freaking gacha game. And number two, I'm a free-to-play player. I don't pay, so like, who am I to complain? No. I don't know how much other people spend on these games. You know, I feel like spend zero. Oh, they're survivors. Any last words, Timmy boy? Meow meow meow. So it's Saturday in the Philippines. Let's see. I don't know what to grind. Oh, there's the hard one. I think for this one I'm gonna do
Something's come up.
What do you call this?
Begin.
Electro. Where's the other one?
Hurry up. Yeah, please bring away. Oh, are you taking me out?
This is a very hard boss for me.
Try not to. He might feel a little pinch.
Come a little closer. Surrender.
Calm down, boy.
Get back!
Ano shouldn't put Lisa in unless her ultimate is ready.
A little shock. You've been a naughty boy.
Don't be nervous. Just relax. Calm down.
Come a little closer. Surrender.
Here's the good.
You know, it's a game to keep me occupied. It's not something I wanna make a career out of.
Let's spark.
You know, I get to play as freaking waifus. Gay. But whatever. Yeah, that snapper is annoying.
Try not to. Come a little closer. Let's spark.
Here's the good.
Let's.
He might feel a little pinch.
Surrendering.
Yeah. Calm down.
Damn, I'm not doing very well here. Maybe I really didn't need pyro
Let's spark.
overload. Yeah, I think we gotta burn them.
I swear, it's for medical research.
Try not to.
Here's the good. Calm down.
It's taking so long.
You're in for a little shock. You've been in.
You might feel
Excuse me.
Surrendering. Blitz. You get
Oh yeah.
Blitz sparkle.
one. Let's sweep the field.
Oh damn.
You're in for a little shock.
It's too strong.
Big bully. One.
Try not to.
It's too strong for me. Maybe they will do well here. Oh, I keep on losing Team Vinny. Good thing she also has the bell. Talents. No, 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 no. I wonder how many I'll get. Tangina, tapos one lang, no? So, Senora, I need a varied loadout. What else? Hydro, pyro, electro. I think I put cryo. And I only have two choices. Two viable choices.
Make sure to keep up.
Meow meow meow.
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
Frick.
Punishment! Judgment! You can't run! Tactless rodents! Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgressors!
Don't be nervous. Just relax.
Okay, flame.
Shiver! You can't run!
I think I made the right decision to make my team very diverse.
You can't run! Embrace your searing reckoning! Punishment! Judgment!
Frick. Where is she? Oh, I'm breaking the stuff. That was my mistake.
Wibbly wobbly. Stop. I swear it's for medical research.
Damn, where is she?
You can't run! Lights out! will heal. Embrace your searing reckoning.
Oh,
Nice and spicy. Eat this.
hey, good afternoon to you. Hi, how are ya? I'm fighting the beautiful La Senora. You know, I don't really like blondes, but she's beautiful.
Your searing reckoning.
You might feel a little sick.
Oh, must burn!
Don't slip and fall.
You know, spoiler alert, I'm already in the part of the story where Raiden killed her. Lol. What a spoiler.
Embrace your searing reckoning.
How can't I freeze her?
Wound will heal.
Nice and spicy.
Shiver.
Calm down. I'm right here.
I mean, I already knew that it was gonna happen because I was watching Genshin stuff on YouTube before.
Who dares?
And I think I saw a comment that she got killed by Boba Blade.
I never asked for redemption. Never.
You know, people when she slapped Venti's face, people were like, oh, that should have been me, not him. Should have been me, not him. Bro. People have no chill. Okay, so what was that for? I didn't even get any. What the frick? She didn't drop any. Recommended elements. I didn't check out what creature I'm fighting. I think it's I don't know.
Let's finish this quickly.
With you all the way.
I don't have any healer.
Time to get down to business.
Let's try this, no heal.
Mondstadt
And that was way back in 2020.
calls this a god? Resident rodent beats invasive vermin.
Should have been me, not him.
Cut to the chase.
Lord
Glory to the Shogun! You asked
Oh frick. I'm not gonna make it.
Nowhere to hide.
strike!
Yeah, I should have a healer. Oh, what am I gonna get? I can just craft. Oh wow, I know I have enough of these. I can just craft. So the golden lyre. Golden lyre, as many as I can make. You know, unless unless I get Yelan who freaking resize my character. Oh wait, I'm not making this, I'm making the lyre, what the frick. It's because that's the first thing I saw earlier, the windmill, the pinwheel. Mora. You know, I do see the Mora, but I'm looking for accessible options. Yeah. Southeast east. Southeast east. What the frick is your fault?
Incoming. Excuse me? Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Hi. swear it's for medical research.
Water cannon.
Don't slip it, Lexi. Speed of light.
Just like what China does to the Philippine Coast Guard. And you know, we just can't fight back. They're doing it to elicit a response so that they can justify starting a war. Meanwhile, I keep on playing Genshin Impact and ordering stuff from China when I had a job. Lol. And you know, those Filipinos who claim to be patriots and will fight the Chinese and keep on buying tactical stuff from China. Ooh. You know, I really think they're doing it to push people to do that.
You ain't messing around.
Bros will buy tactical. Bros will order tactical stuff from China to prepare to fight against China. Thank you. Just laughing.
Cut to the chase.
Man, you know what? I don't think I can live in Japan because I'm a freaking lazy person. I'm lazy and half-ass. I mean, sure, I do my laundry. I do my laundry before the sun rises. But in other things, I'm lazy in other things. You know, plus, I don't drink anymore, you know. Being a freaking deadbeat alcoholics have been part of their culture, right?
After all the help and support you've given me along the way, you deserve to see Liyue reborn with your own eyes. I owe you that much.
Was she saying something? Man, we got a yapper here. Just like me. Yeah, I think Kachin was rambling. She was having a moment. And then, you know, I reduced the volume of most games I'm playing so that we can listen to scary stories and other internet figure drama. Yeah, I lowered the volume. Anyway, what am I gonna do today? Yesterday I did something, you know, for the job. Submission, you know. Yeah, I really hope it pushes through. I really don't get why the support was not doing things on time. You know, when I say support, I also could mean the coaches. And I've just been taking their word for it that there were so many applicants. But you know, it's not fair. It's not fair, man. They're not being able to fulfill their part. That shouldn't be the cause of why applicants would not make it. Especially if we do our part. Yeah, I'm gonna express that. I'm gonna say I did my part. I think we got enough. What am I gonna do now? More? So that I wouldn't have to do it next time. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the other day I got 30 pieces of eggs. Yes, 30 pieces of eggs. And I think, how much did I get? I think I got, well, I'm not sure if it's half a kilogram or a kilogram of bacon. And that's what I ate earlier. 2 eggs and some bacon. That's good, man. You know, I was thinking about the prices, and you know, every time I order a Big Mac or a Whopper, that's freaking equivalent to 1 month supply of eggs. Well, not 1 month, but you know, bad financial choices. Bad financial choices.
Looking for trouble?
Look alive! Speed of light, nowhere to hide.
Excuse me.
Let's get it on!
Don't slip and fall!
Meow 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 meow. Oh yeah, okay. This Kachin, does she really have cat ears? No, she doesn't. I think that's her hair, right? Does she really have cat ears? No. Oh. Does she have human ears? Yes, she does.
Let's get it on!
With sword comes shadow.
What are we gonna listen to today? More slum tubers. You know, at the end of the day, I don't really care what they're talking about. Especially if it's politics. Man, keep on listening to Rev. Who is this? That's Fillion's mom, right?
Kopi ko brown, saktong timpla, sarap pampa-up. Try this.
Sarap!
Pampa-up.
Moana, I want to know about you.
Fillion's mom has got it going on.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So in this video, I'll be going over another round of people on Twitter and Blue Sky whining about so-called problematic VTubers,
What
including
the frick is Blue Sky? What the frick?
Kirsha, we've talked about before. She's nuclear to these people. They have all sorts of headcanon about her. She's been deemed problematic, therefore they feel the freedom to say anything they want about her, but also anyone she even comes into contact with, including individuals like the VTuber Cha-Cha, who recently collaborated with her, and their communities seem to really enjoy the collaboration. But of course, people on social media are crashing out, trying to cancel both of them for this
What if they're not fans, then why would you listen to them?
collaboration, even trying to virtue signal in replies of unrelated tweets, you know, the usual stuff. Because everyone on this scenario here
Hey, have you heard about the horseplay incident with the cops in California? And it was in Pasadena. Horseplay. Yes, that's the one. Man, I'm laughing, but you know, I mean, even in airsoft, I don't like people who horseplay. One day they're gonna hit someone in the eye, or they're gonna hit someone's cell phone.
It happens in a flash, a moment of careless levity quickly taking a turn. Newly released dashcam video shows Pasadena police joking around during an evening shift change in September, when suddenly one pulls his department-issued firearm in a quick draw, appearing to aim it at the driver. Then a bang, gun smoke, cracked glass. The driver accidentally fires through the windshield, wounding a colleague. Officer down, but far from the line of duty.
The shooting resulted from officers engaged in unsafe and out-of-policy horseplay involving loaded firearms.
In a video statement, Pasadena
Man, what the frick?
Police Chief Gene Harris says the officer was seriously injured but recovered, and that disciplinary measures were taken.
Horseplay and/or failure to adhere to safety rules and standards of professional conduct will not be tolerated.
And tonight, the city telling NBC News the officer in the car was relieved of his position and is no longer with the department.
Man, how about the one who got shot? He did it first.
The police chief saying the incident is still under criminal investigation, but the district attorney's office telling NBC News they have yet to receive the case. While the
That other one was smiling.
police department reckons with an embarrassing moment that defies policy and ignores safety. Steve Patterson, NBC News.
Man, what the frick? Okay, back to Snubtubers.
A round of Kirsha derangement syndrome. They not only want to say outrageous things about her and seethe about her every day, but they also want to seethe about anyone she collaborates with or they think aligns with her as a result of simply interacting with her. But of course, all of these slanderous claims about Kirsha are something we see on the regular. You have this individual literally tagging her while calling her a white supremacist, and Kirsha would react to this tweet on stream and make fun of this individual and their unfounded claims.
Why would you have to respond to that?
Totally fair game, right? If you're tagging someone on social media, saying something slanderous about them, they have every right to farm you for content. But this individual doesn't agree, shaming Kirsha for going against a 59 follower person. Now, I don't really agree with this logic because, well, I think anyone is fair game. Don't discriminate when it comes to posts on social media. I don't care if you have 1 follower or 1 million. If you're going to attack someone and directly tag them, they have every right to respond. In fact, you're getting literally what you're asking for when you're tagging them directly. Now, Kirsha would have some fun with this, saying monetize your haters, but the thread below just shows how disingenuous and ghoulish these individuals are. So the previous poster says, I don't even think that person or me really hates you. I don't know why you're freaking out when people are just describing why they believe you're a white supremacist. And she says, I am not that. And then that other user replies saying, okay, that's your opinion. It's not like I really see you as less than me or anything, which is very interesting. But they add on to show just how empathetic and better they are by saying, I was awake for 3 days when Charlie Kirk was assassinated to wait for updates. Clearly, I don't want any harm to befall you or people I criticize. Your rhetoric is bad, in my opinion, though, so whatever. Okay, well, here's the other poster who got called out after tagging Kirsha saying, same here, Ava. I don't wish harm on those I disagree with either. So this is very funny. They're both making it very clear they
I do. Just kidding.
never wish harm on those they disagree with, and they add on, when the Charlie Kirk thing happened, I was scared that others would be targeted too. These two people are lying through their teeth. So this person points out, no you didn't, here's some highlights of you not doing that, saying F Charlie Kirk.
Extra racket sa life, kaya sumakit ang katawan. Teka lang! Dapat extra rin ang panlaban mo! New Alaksan Extra works up to 3 times faster. Extra bilis!
Saying he's people's lord and savior, and, well, no one's left to debate after he was assassinated. And basically mocking the Charlie Kirk insanity.
Hold on, let me check my battery capacity. Hold on. Well, it's good. Alright, what else can we... I don't really want to listen to this.
Among many other things, right?
It's just giving more examples of what not to emulate. I mean, you know me. I am also a big complainer. But those things I complain about, I don't really wish for people to subscribe to my own way of thinking as well. And if I don't like what they're doing, then I just try to stay away from them. Like, instead of telling them, instead of, you know, and because in my mind, I'm not really gonna correct them. You know, I'm no messiah, I'm no savior, I'm no prophet, I'm no cop, I'm no rule maker, I'm no priest, I'm no imam, I'm no whatever you call I'm no rabbi. Shit, I'm just another complainer. I think I'm gonna get coffee. Yes, and I bought coffee as well. You know, I'm seeing how much we spend on coffee, and I gotta admit, I'm freaking addicted. Hold on, I'm gonna get coffee. Take me to the riot. I think that's by Stars. Yeah, I love that song. I think we're gonna get copyright struck. Man, I really like the 2000s songs. I don't know what this person is talking about, but whatever. Okay, back to Slub.
Kirsha says, lying again, imagine my shock. Wow, much genuine conversation. But wait, it gets worse. Not only is that user lying about being distraught in regards to what happened to Charlie, but so is the user Ava. And you can see their post. Bro's last words were gang violence, then he proceeded to die to non-gang violence crimes with visible contained laughter. Here's another one saying Charlie Kirk and his religion would also like us to be suffering for eternity. And this one really says it all. Charlie Kirk just got slimed. This was on the day of the assassination. This was the person claiming they're up for days, mourning and fearing what is happening and trying to get updates. But this was their gut reaction to what happened. These people are just incredibly disingenuous, but let's get back to the main topic here. You can see how hard these ghouls are trying to push for this narrative about Kirsha, and they also exact a sort of purity testing to anyone who comes into contact with Kirsha, including the VTuber Cha-Cha, who, as we saw earlier, recently collaborated with Kirsha. Now, this was the response from some users saying, hey,
No, I thought that was Fillion's mom.
hang out with Nazis and then don't go around crying that they're calling you a Nazi. As always, they call you that to justify their terrible treatment of you and all of the harm they wish upon you, and also the purity testing they apply to those who come into contact with you. You are literally like the plague. Anything you come into contact with is now a no-no and problematic, and you're applying the same ridiculous, slanderous label.
They're the ones who are acting like DSS or the Gestapo.
You
Trying to round people up.
gave to Kirsha to anyone.
Instead of just letting them be, man. Even if they're not doing anything wrong. Baby shark doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
ปัญญาอ่อน
Baby shark doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
เอาดีๆดิมึงทำดีๆดิ
Meow meow meow.
ถ้ามึงยังไม่หยุดกูโยนให้สัตว์
Meow meow meow.
แล้วมึงจะฟันกูหาแม่มึงนะ
Meow meow. Baby. That's nice. You know I'm not gonna lie. I like the oily peanut butter. Yeah, I remember. I remember that. Oh yeah, and yesterday I made a couple of burgers, just simple ones. I didn't even season the ground meat. I just pan toasted the buns before cooking the ground meat. I just shaped the ground meat into pucks. I didn't season them. I didn't add any binder.
Good team, I love my team.
Meow meow meow. And that's why I don't do Twitter. Maybe I will use I will use Twitter. Just for announcements. Maybe I'll make a Twitter page. No. Boy. What the frick? How they change this one? Last one, man. Yo, I didn't know there was a galil. Meow, meow, meow. Man, I love the bacon that I got. Rob Schneider talking about samgyeopsal, Korean, cook it yourself, like shabu shabu. I don't know if shabu shabu is the Chinese word for it, but I've been saying that since I was young. What the frick? Yeah, I don't like that. It's just boiled, what the frick? I prefer my meat seared or fried. If you can grill it and then freaking it. Yes. But for me, nothing beats bacon on a non-stick pan. In my mind, samgyeopsal is just glorified bacon in short plate. But that's my opinion. People love the experience too. but for me, I don't get it. I mean, that's just me. It's probably because I don't like doing that around people. And I know that people are paying for the experience, but for me, having the stove open for a very long time for the whole duration of your meal, then it's just very...
Burger, some kind, Nick.
What?
Please. Take your job.
Galil.
Thank you.
Next time, can you buy me a Big Mac?
Yeah, sure.
Big Mac meal. I remember playing Counter-Strike back in 2018. I think it was in the Christmas season, and some guy who sounded, I don't know, like South Asian, Indian. He was drunk, he was saying he was drunk, and he had a lot of credits in Counter-Strike in the match. So he was asking, anyone wants me to buy them something? And then I put on the chat a freaking Big Mac. It's been a long-standing joke for me. It's my multiplayer joke since forever. To me. I told you. See? Oh yeah, I know. So what I did was I put the bacon in first. And then I cooked the eggs using the oil of the bacon. It's nice. Meow.
Meow.
What the frick?
Yeah. Pangi ba yan yun?
I need to meet the meow. Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah, the meow, meow. The meow, 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 meow.
Frick.
What the fuck?
Take me to the riot. Is there someone we know? Frick! I hate him though. Middle, last one, middle.
Meow, meow.
Mito, meow, meow.
Meow, meow.
Time. What you doing?
Shut up!
I can't believe you've done this.
Nick, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Whoa. Your voice is so bad, okay?
Huh? Mito, meow, meow.
เมียวพ่อเมียวแม่
Wow! Upper B. I told you already, upper B. I wouldn't. Kitchen. I told you kitchen, I told you. Mito, meow. Frick.
What the fuck สโมกป้าหาพ่อมึงนะ
Why smoke like that
Oh
You
no.
smoke แบบ so stupid fuck อ่ะ That smoke like that
Smoke mean every day.
Yeah I know But you smoke บางเพื่อนนะเนาะ
Oh?
โอ้โหพ่อ
Meow meow. Frick. Anyway, Sukiyaki. Meow meow meow. Okay, let me check the battery capacity again.
Meow meow.
Damn, it's so good. Meow meow meow. No 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 no.
And then the meow meow.
What?
I can say it
Got one. You almost killed us with your grenade.
I can
When
say
you
it
pin yun yan yo.
Ay, nako. Oh, this look nice. This looks nice. Wow. I think I want this. Tech 9 ceramic. Oh, it's so expensive for me. Field tested. I think I want that one to replace my groundwater. Yes, I think the one I have is called groundwater. Oh, market, community market. What do you call that ceramic? It's like 2 pesos.
Fat road, fat.
What are we doing? Oh man, somebody got it already. While I was still looking. Okay. Hell yeah, I love it. So this is what I used to feed the groundwater. Now I'm using raw ceramic. Yo, that's nice. Yo, I just started my day. It's good. So far it's been good, of course. I think I really have to make another cable. 2 of them. Gotta make my stuff efficient. Well, we gotta be careful here. I don't know what they carry in your area, but here they carry, malaria, dengue, and you know what's pretty scary? Mosquito-borne gigantism. Or elephantiasis, I think. Borno. Is it elephantiasis? That's pretty scary for me. Oh, good Lord. How do you get rid of that? The worms clog the body's lymphatic system, leading to massive painful swelling and skin hardening. Oh my good Lord. Oh Lord. I haven't played World of Tanks in a while. Stain. When is it time to be wooden? You know, I know that I've said that I kinda wanna uninstall Dark Tide, but you know, sometimes I like to get back to it. You know, I really think that the energy efficiency of what I'm using really depends on the cables. But, and the stock ones they include in the packages, they're not very good. So I wanna make my own. Okay, hold on, let me check again. It's actually behind my table. That's why I have to stand up to check it. Hell yeah. It's been going nicely. We're already 1.5 hours into the stream, and it's like still on like 100%. is at 13.1 in the reading. Come on, man. Takes so long to load. What I don't like about Dark Tide and Total War Warhammer 3. A lot of people probably don't like that as well. Skitari. Then they have like early access videos. Oh no, I'm not interested. I'd rather play Psyker. Oh, another load time.
Become a Shopee VIP member with your first month free. Get daily free shipping, daily 20%.
Light the incense and praise the Omnissiah. Our prayers have been answered. On Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026, Dark Tide's next class will be released, and we now know that the class will be the enigmatic and fascinating Skitarii Warriors. But what exactly are the Skitarii, much less a Skitarii Alpha Primus? Today, we're going to get into the history and lore of what the Skitarii themselves are, how the Alpha Primus was introduced into the 40k universe, and what this may mean for Dark Tide. Obey my cat! Hit the subscribe button. Dark Tide's community is going insane. A lot of people are absolutely frothing at the mouth over the looming arrival of player Skitarii characters in Dark Tide. But if Dark Tide is your introduction into Warhammer 40k, or if you've loved other parts of the lore for a long time but were never super into the Adeptus Mechanicus, you might find yourself excited that everyone else is excited, but quietly wondering exactly what the Skitarii are. The simplest answer is that the Skitarii are one branch of the military force unique to the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Mechanicus is a faction of humans that originated on Mars, dedicated to the pursuit of technological knowledge. While many of them may look alien or robotic to the point of being unrecognizable as human, this cult is human all the same, and they are the only humans in the galaxy to be granted freedom to live somewhat outside the typical constraints of the Imperial Doctrine. Thanks to this status where the Mechanicus exists almost in tandem to the Imperium instead of subjugated to it, they have their own standing army outside of the Astra Militarum, on top of being the ones typically responsible for the upkeep and maintenance of all the weapons, vehicles, computers, anything that is technological in nature for the entirety of mankind. The legions of the Adeptus Mechanicus are made up of many different castes of people within their cult. Armies within their ranks can be comprised of entirely robotic war machines of their Legio Cybernetica, lobotomized humans mechanized for the roles of combat, and of course, their frontline troops of part human, part machine soldiers known as the Skitarii. Here's a nerdy fun fact about the Skitarii you can use to impress someone with your 40k knowledge. Skitarii is the pluralized word. A single individual of these soldiers is called a Skitarius. So when you hear someone talking about their new player character in Dark Tide by saying, "My Skitarii has wooden legs," you can reply with, actually, it's your Skitarius
Damn, bro.
because you're referring to the one character in the singular and Skitarii is plural. Just know that if you choose to actually do that, I cannot be held responsible for if you end up getting blocked by everyone in your Morningstar lobby. Here's another fun fact. If you listen really hard, you can hear the typing of at least a dozen people right now telling me that I said Skitarius wrong, and it's actually Skitarius or Skitarius. As I mentioned before, the Skitarii are cybernetically augmented humans, even though many of them look fully robotic. Some Skitarii are natural-born humans, usually from the lower menial case within the Cult Mechanicus Society, and are selected for military service either because they show an aptitude for aggression in combat, or because they were grievously injured in their line of work. Others are vat-grown clone humans, specifically made with the purpose of turning them into these cyborg foot soldiers in mind. What little we know about the actual creation of the Skitarii, because it's a pretty closely guarded secret amongst the Mechanicus, sounds like a horrifying and brutal process. While they are created specifically to be soldiers, the Adeptus Mechanicus doesn't fuck with anything less than the utmost efficiency, so the Skitarii also serve the purpose of being information collectors about everything they see on missions and in the battlefield. This means they're responsible for always watching, and when I say always watching, I mean always watching. I'm sure you know.
Isn't that like the job of anyone in their work?
Notice the round glowing blue eyes of the Skitarii in the Dark Tide announcement trailer. They have these.
I mean, you know, I like to observe stuff, but I ain't no snitch.
Because when they're created, the Skitarii have their eyelids cut off, so they literally cannot close their eyes to ensure they never miss an iota of detail when out on assignment. To ensure that their actual eyes themselves don't get damaged to the point of blindness, discs filled with salves and liquids to protect their eyes and keep them moisturized are fitted over them, creating the iconic glowing blue goggle-like eyes the Skitarii are known for. Soldiers that are natural-born humans will often augment themselves over time, usually as they become wounded in combat. If you get a hand blown off, that's just the Omnissiah giving you a big hug and telling you that he wants you to be closer to him by replacing that hand with a cybernetic one. Vat-grown Skitarii, however, often begin receiving their augmentations as soon as they exit their cylindrical fake womb, and also they begin their combat training. Now, part of the reason why I felt fairly confident that Darktide would have a Tech Priest player character instead of Skitarii is that the Skitarii don't really have much personality to speak of, because they often contain valuable augments and are trained to such a degree that their skill on the battlefield is unmatched by standard mortal humans, ensuring their fanatical devotion to the Omnissiah and willingness to follow the directives of their commanding Tech Priest is of the utmost importance. To this end, most natural-born Skitarii have their brains completely wiped, leaving them without memories of their past life that might cause a conflict with their desire to serve the cult.
I wonder what kind of voice lines they tell the other whatever players.
Mechanicus. They're also mentally conditioned so rigorously that they are more or less emotionless. They're still capable of varying levels of independence from Skitarius to Skitarius, and no two are exactly the same. With their emotions and natural instincts at the very least severely blunted through the combination of physical implants and mental conditioning, Skitarii are primed to carry out all orders by their commanding Tech Priest with relentless dedication, and sometimes the Tech Priest will take over a Skitarius and remote operate them. This is basically an extreme religious experience to any Skitarius, because to them it's the will of the Omnissiah flowing directly through them and their body becoming a vessel for enacting his will. Even though they retain a certain degree of free thought, many Skitarii find themselves lost and demoralized without current direct orders and connection to their Tech Priest, and they'll flounder if they see their orders through to completion without further instruction. However, not all Skitarii are created equal. Our player characters in Darktide won't be just basic soldiers, they're something known as Alpha Primus. Now, what exactly an Alpha Primus is, and what position they hold in 40k lore has changed significantly over time.
When is taking so long? Freaking hell.
The Skitarii Alpha Primus are something that already existed in 40k, it wasn't just made up for Darktide, and when they were first introduced back in 7th edition tabletop game, they were a big fucking deal kind of character. When both the Skitarii and the Adeptus Mechanicus factions were introduced in the 7th edition of the 40k tabletop game, they had separate codexes. The game rules were a lot more particular about what your army needed to be able to be fielded in battle. Something that was required was HQ, which were slots specifically for your warlord and or leader characters for your army. There were fewer options for what these could be, so it was a lot more constricting. The Skitarii faction themselves didn't actually have any warlord characters, so technically they didn't have to take an HQ. However, if you ran Admech and Skitarii together on the tabletop, you could have your cohort led by a tech priest Dominus, and if you did, it received the title of Alpha Primus, allowing you to choose warlord traits for it from the Skitarii Codex instead of the Adeptus Mechanicus one.
No, I don't think an Alpha or whatever would be on Darktide.
Was the first
high-ranking individuals wouldn't be on these missions. You know, unless they have been condemned.
ever iteration of an Alpha Primus title bestowed within the Admech or Skitarii ranks, which would be the leader of an entire army. That's a really big deal, but obviously these rules are now quite old, having been published in 2015. However, that same year, a Black Library novel called Adeptus Mechanicus Skitarius came out, where the central character was an Alpha Primus Skitarius by the name of Haldron. Suspiciously familiar name. In Skitarius, Haldron is cut off from his commanding tech priests and instead has to lead the defense of a forge world by himself, commanding an army of Skitarii. This again demonstrates that an Alpha Primus in 40k lore at least around 10 years ago was a big fucking deal and meant to be the leader themselves amongst Skitarii. These days on the tabletop, the leader of a Skitarii army that would be still under their commanding tech priest would be a marshal, and the Alpha Primus was never continued or iterated on as far as the tabletop is concerned. This is pretty par for the course in 40k lore and tabletop rule conventions, but it's still really crazy in my opinion that we're being allowed player characters with such a prestigious history in Darktide, even if that prestige might be considered outdated now. That would be like letting us play as Morrow or Commissar Duquesne at the very least, but
yeah, that's my point exactly. A high-ranking officer wouldn't be sent on those strikes.
Darktide will not be treating the Alpha Primus with the level of importance the title once had. Instead, we've already gotten a taste of the lore justification for introducing the Skitarii as a player character class in Darktide, and interestingly, it seems that Darktide may actually be rewriting the lore for the Alpha Primus as far as the 40k universe is concerned, which is honestly pretty cool. This is an excerpt from the Skitarii class revealed blog on the Darktide website. The Alpha Primus is a favored soldier of the machine god, blessed with mental and physical augmentations beyond those of their fellow Skitarii. If you've played Darktide recently, you probably have been out in the dead side to help Hadron Omega 77 finding tech remnants. The success of these discoveries has led to several Forge Worlds deploying their forces to aid for the Battle of Tertium. Hadron has now been given the whereabouts of an old Adeptus Mechanicus facility that can upgrade Skitarii veterans into the more elite Alpha Primus variant. The Skitarii Alpha Primus carry out delicate or specialized missions for their tech priest masters, making them well suited to assist the Inquisitorial Warband. Their mechanized brains are force-loaded with advanced tactics, combat data, and weapons proficiencies, freeing them to operate more independently from their fellow Skitarii. This also let us, in collaboration with Games Workshop, to really come up with cool abilities and talents for them. As we said in the introduction, we always wanted to do this class. It was top of the list when we looked at what we wanted to add to the game years ago. It just has taken some time to really hone in on how to make sense of them being a part of the Morningstar's ongoing struggles on Atoma. So it seems that Fat Shark has worked directly with Games Workshop to give the Skitarii Alpha Primus a more defined, permanent role in 40k canon, which is actually really awesome that Darktide Darktide will leave an imprint like that on the universe. Instead of being something on par with a Marshal or even a Tech Priest itself as it used to be, the Alpha Primus of Darktide establishes them still as something in the realm of officer, but more of a special operative. They're uniquely suited to perform long-term missions that can go on for years without needing directives, and seem like they'll be more or less fully confident with almost complete independence. The way mental and physical augmentations beyond those of their fellow Skitarii reads to me, it's giving us clear indication that they will be full of personality and fit right in with the operatives in their own unusual way, unlike what the experience would have been like with standard Skitarii. When you consider that even a basic Skitarii soldier, a non-veteran, is at the combat level competency of at least a veteran of the Imperial Guard, this makes the Alpha Primus definitely sound formidable and still a potentially elevated status compared to the rest of our rejects, or even the Adeptus Arbites. It's the most prestigious player character we've been allowed in Darktide to date, and their combat capabilities are no joke. All Skitarii train with their specific weapons to the point that using them is almost an extension of their own bodies, and they're attuned to the machine spirit within them. We already know what the unique weapons for Skitarii will be, so let me tell you a bit about them in terms of existing 40k lore, and then we can wildly speculate in the comments on how
Yo, Greca. Yo, Greca, get over here. Help us. Greca, get over here.
Target's marked. I found that a will.
Yo, Greca, get over here. Yo. Greca, get over here. Leave him.
I see you have a data reliquary. Use the extractor to peek inside. A curious choice. Be careful who sees you with it.
Meow.
You must accept help, Zealot.
This does not make us equal.
Parting is such somber sorrow.
that will translate to Darktide gameplay. The Power Sword and Arc Maul will likely be iterations on similar weapons we already have in the game, but with their own unique twist. I won't be surprised if the Power Sword functions similar to the Vet's Power Falchion, a one-handed blade with a heat mechanic that you can avoid overheating by powering the sword down. The Arc Maul will probably be fairly similar to the Shock Maul, but perhaps with a prolonged or more powerful stun effect to enemies hit with a charged up attack. But for melee weapons, where it gets really interesting is the Transonic Blades. These appear to be dual-wielding weapons, one with a knife-size and one sword-size looking blades. Transonic Blades are awesome in 40k combat because they are essentially vibrational blades that attune to the resonance frequency of whatever they hit. So what this means is that with the first strike of a Transonic Blade, it tunes to match the frequency of the armor on the target being hit and then bounces off of it. However, the second strike will pass right through the armor now that the blade is attuned to the target and hit their flesh directly for massive damage. How could this concept be applied in Darktide? I don't know. Hopefully we'll learn soon enough in a devlog. But let me know in the comments how you are hoping that will show up in Darktide. The ranged weapons for Skitarii are what I personally am excited for, especially one in particular. First, let's talk about the Phosphor Blaster, or potentially Phosphor Blast Pistol in Darktide's case. Phosphor weapons are exactly what they sound like if you're familiar with white phosphorus. These are guns that make use of a white phosphorus in the rounds that on impact ignite the target into flames. The actual bullet itself still does considerable damage, so if the target doesn't die immediately from impact, they often succumb to the flames in short order. Next, we have the long-requested arc rifle, an absolute classic weapon for the Skitarii. An arc weapon is, once again, pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It delivers a direct electrical blast to the target, and an arc rifle is able to fire these at a rapid rate. If I had to guess, this will probably be similar but slightly more powerful version of the Psyker Surge Staff, and possibly have a little more range than the staff. But the weapon that I personally am the most excited about, and I think is by far one of the coolest guns in all of 40k, is the Galvanic Rifle. The design of this gun is beyond ancient in 40k standards because it's a flintlock type of rifle. It's meant for long-range targets, and this is my favorite part, inside the bullets are tiny servitors that help guide the bullet to the intended target. When it impacts the target, it causes all of the electricity in said target to discharge all at once, effectively exploding the victim from the inside out with their own bioelectric energy. Or regular electricity, I guess, depending on the target. But still, it's fucking metal. This also sounds like it might be the closest thing to a sniper rifle we'll see in Darktide, at least thus far. And I am incredibly eager to get my hands on it. But yeah, that's a very short version of the Skitarii lore, the history of the Alpha Primus itself, how we should expect to see an Alpha Primus represented in Darktide, and what we might be able to expect for how the weapons will play. Honestly, there's still quite a bit to talk about, like how the different types of Skitarii, like Rangers and Vanguards, might be represented in class skills. I almost made this a deep dive into the lore of the Adeptus Mechanicus itself, and how the Skitarii fit in the cult's overall history, but I didn't want to get too off topic or get anyone lost in the sauce. If you guys would like to see a video that's just pure AdMech lore, let me know in the comments. Until next time, keep eating that powder that makes you say Skitarii next month, and I'll see you out there against the Darktide. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're having fun on the Skitarii hype train. Special shout out to my top supporters.
You know, I'm not interested in Skitarius. I really prefer to be Psyker. Oh no. Help. Help.
It's finally time for another installment of... No, seriously, what the fuck? fuck is happening in Darktide? The final update for Darktide of 2025 brought us another new player class, and also a little sprinkling of story on top. Just a little. We have some interesting character drama set up with the introduction of the Hive Scum, a new mini storyline that picks up where we left off with the execution of Mara Vinci, and of course, some classic Fat Shark teasers. Obey my cat! Hit the subscribe button. If you bought the Hive Scum class and made a character, you get treated to an introduction cutscene explaining how we came to get a bunch of meth-fueled drug dealers on the Morningstar, and it's pretty funny.
Ah, Explicator. You don't look happy.
I'm not. This is a dreadful idea.
Oh, have a little faith, Augustine.
This way! Any last words?
Oh, jealous little killjoy, ain't ya?
Time to die!
They're criminal scum.
They're expendable, well-armed, and incredibly dangerous. You know that better than anyone. After all, you are, sorry you were, criminal scum yourself.
Yeah, how would she say that when she was one of them before?
I wish to petition the Conclave. Inquisitor Grendel offers an alliance. I just hope you're right about this.
Aren't I always?
Here's what I find so funny about this introduction of the Hive Scum. Mara Vinci is executed as the traitor on the ship at the end of the Battle for Tertium campaign. All of that happens before Proctor Zorin storms the Morningstar with his battalion of cop dogs to claim control of the situation. So in terms of the story, the Arbites haven't been here long. And then after they arrived, Rannick had to do a lot of social engineering of the situation to try and smooth things over, which we get to hear firsthand in Zorin's Mortis trial memories.
Atoma now falls under the jurisdiction of the Adeptus Arbites. Your rabble had their chance.
Only a fool argues with prevailing opinion.
Or with the senior.
You know, those two factions, the introduction of them really gave Darktide a very Carl Urban Judge Dredd vibe for me.
Arbitrator.
Quite so.
You have failed, Atoma. I will put that right. The order of the Lex Imperialis will reign once more. Your efforts are no longer needed.
There is one thing that might change your mind.
Really?
A small, unassuming thing, relatively plain, and with but a single motif. An inquisitorial seal, in fact. Grendel's seal. It places me beyond your authority, unless you happen to have something similar. Splendid! Allies it is, then.
In the end, Rannick was able to handle the situation masterfully, not only getting Zorin to stand down from trying to muscle control of the war away from the Inquisition and Grendel, but actually getting Zorin and the other officers of the warband to start building tentative friendships and mutual respect. It would seem all's well in the kingdom. Everyone is happy, and the ruthless police force with the authority to execute anyone that's under Rannick's rank with impunity have agreed to not go body cams off on everyone. And satisfied with this, Rannick then turns around and has Zola go recruit the sworn enemies of the Arbites. That is a
Pwede na.
Power move that will go down in the history of all power moves. You could write an entire volume just about this one power move alone, and it would be called The Lion, the Witch, and the Audacity of This Bitch. What the actual fuck is Rannick or Grendel thinking? The Arbites player characters are overall pretty chill with our rejects, and it makes perfect sense because the Veteran, Zealot, Psyker, and Ogren characters are not able to choose Atoma as their homeworld. This means that even though they are people that have been accused of a crime and imprisoned on an Adeptus Arbites ship, the arbitrators they serve with honestly aren't likely to have beef with them. As I've mentioned in previous videos, life in the Imperium is unfathomably awful, and the more concentrated populations you have and the higher your responsibility in interacting with said people in an official capacity is, the worse your life is. Members of the Arbites who are not brand new trainees are often deeply jaded, any spark of hope or joy in their souls extinguished by the cruelty they see common people are capable of. They're worn down to the point they no longer see the difference between the innocent just trying to live their daily lives and the true monsters stalking among them that wear human faces.
Yes. There's no such thing as innocence. There are merely varying degrees of guilt.
Hunting down, capturing,
Yeah, I got that from the Psyker in Dawn of War.
and passing judgment on wanted criminals is just a 9 to 5. Arbites perform the requirements of their job to the letter and do not concern themselves with more or less than that requirement.
It's like they're the... what do you call this? Lawful evil.
So since our reject characters are not from Tertium or Atoma Prime, nothing that the characters have done or been accused of in their past falls in the jurisdiction of the Arbites give-a-fuck zone. But the Hive Scum? That is a completely different story. These anti-hero criminals are without a doubt on the shit list of the Adeptus Arbites of Tertium. We already know through the character creation options for the Arbites that they are so invested in trying to hamper operations of the different hive gang syndicates of the city that they went as far as setting up a makeshift precinct fortress in the Torrent specifically to investigate and intervene on the activities of the Water Cartel. And of course, one of the gangs we can select for our Hive Scum to have been from is the Water Cartel. I just cannot get over Rannick choosing his moment to flaunt his rosette around and dare Zoran to challenge his authority, placate him into being outright nice for a ranking officer of the Arbites, and then immediately turn around and get the Hive Scum on board and in their business. Honestly, at this point in the story, offering an alliance with the Conclave seems a bit of an unnecessary action. We've ruined Admonition's ritual, Rinda still hasn't shown her face, we're actually taking the fight to the cultists at this point, and the enemy hasn't done a single thing to escalate their presence of the threat they pose to our warband or Tertium itself. Obviously, we have to have some kind of story reason to bring in any new player classes into the fold, however paper thin it may be. And that's exactly how it feels at this point in time with the Hive Scum. Paper thin. But the Hive Scum are here to stay, and playing them is the most fun I've had in Darktide in a long time, so I'll take it. On the topic of taking the fight to the heretics, along with the release of the Hive Scum class, Fat Shark gave us a new mini-series of story missions. These pick up where the Battle of Tertium left off, which as you may remember ends with the 2024 anniversary map, the Dark Communion. The Battle for Tertium campaign puts many of Darktide's missions in a chronological order and fleshes out the story of how we're meant to understand the war escalates and progresses, as well as key players and enemy characters behind the Mobian 6, as well as the mysterious cult that's beset Tertium. In terms of in-game time, this campaign is meant to be played by original reject characters, so playing it with the Adeptus Arbites, Hive Scum, and possibly the new Ogren personality are not canon playthroughs, and you'll understand why at the end of it. Just to briefly recap how how the battle for Tertium ends, we have the 3 Throneside missions, the first tasking us with storming and reclaiming a bastion from the forces of the Mobian 6 and Admonition to use as our base of operations to push into the more high-end district for the next missions. We then go to the Archivum Sycorax mission, which provides the officers of the Warband, namely Interrogator Rannick, with vital intelligence that helps confirm Mara Vinci as the traitor on board the Morningstar. The Throneside series ends with us sending a communique of unknown nature regarding the war to an unknown listening station somewhere in the deep recesses of space. This mission has come from Grendel himself, and the information contained in the war report is of such a sensitive nature, not even Sergeant Major Morrow knows what it contains. However, we as players are treated to a brief glimpse of what the message seems to entail, which reports deployments of Terminator squads and recon drones into the battlefield. We're left without context of if these are friendly or enemy deployments, leaving us with a potentially dangerous prospect for the future of the war if these are meant to indicate iconic forces of Nurgle in the 40k universe. The campaign culminates in the Dark Communion, the third and possibly final mission of the series for the Carnival District map location. We hear Wolfer and an unknown woman whom he refers to as Creature arguing about tactics and Wolfer's ability to handle the insertion of our strike team with his traitor Mobian 6 soldiers. It's made clear that Wolfer and the Six are a separate entity from this mysterious woman and the forces she commands, which we learn is the Cult of Admonition. Once we arrive to the cathedral, we find the Admonition has hoisted Roden up onto a giant chaos symbol called the Octad and are seemingly using a mass amount of the green goo we know are tainted drugs they've been producing to perform some kind of ritual using his body. We hear the same woman chanting a ritual, which sounds like it's a kind of summoning for binding a demonic spirit, likely a great unclean one, into Roden Karnak's dead body. This mysterious woman is suspected to be the one woman we know for sure exists within Admonition's upper ranks, Ermal Skarkle. After we stop the ritual, your original reject character is offered a formal place in the warband, and Mara Vinci is executed for being a traitor. Thanks to the Mortis trial memories from the Bound by Duty update, we know that Commissar Duquesne's arrival takes place either just before or not long after the events of the Dark Communion. Morrow and one of the Morningstar's Vox operators talk in secret about the fact that Zola has been sneaking down to Tertium more than a dozen times since the Dark Communion mission, and Morrow doesn't want Commissar Duquesne to find out. But he makes no mention of Proctor Zorin or the Arvides. In the cutscene that introduces the Arvides, it begins with Grendel giving Rannick a dressing down for failing him by not getting results or purging the Cult of Admonition in a timely manner. We learn in the Dark Communion mission that Rannick was unaware of the cult's name, the extent of which they were behind the siege of Tertium, and the fact that they are likely the true masterminds of the situation, not the Mobian 6. Rannick says during the mission that Grendel will not be pleased to be informed of all of this, and indeed it would seem he is not. Because of Rannick's floundering, the Adeptus Arvides have decided to move in and try to wrestle control of their jurisdiction over the entire war, which almost assuredly puts the events of the Dark Communion and the Reject's formal induction in the warband before the arrival of Zorin and the Arbitrators. In fact, it's actually arguable that the Arvides haven't even arrived by the time the mission Rolling Steel happens, which is the first mission in the short series of story campaign called The Road to No Man's Land.
Listen up. Cargo train RTX 590 inbound to Barbican Gate Terminus. It's a toxic gas bomb running on rails. That'd be bad enough to times, but it might be a bit further using the station as a deployment hub. I know Commissar Duquesne ain't exactly flavour of the month, but this is our opportunity to earn her good graces. Stop that train.
The official mission story for Rolling Steel hasn't been changed or rewritten for the canon campaign order, but it has been given the campaign title End of the Line. Admonition has hijacked a train in Chasm Terminus and overwritten its machine spirit. They've loaded it with dirty bombs that when they explode will expel a large amount of stims, presumably in the form of gas, with the intended target being the Barbican Gate station where the newly arrived Mobian 53rd, the regiment that Duquesne leads, brigades have made their base of operations. They plan to smash the train into the station, killing as many members of the regiment as possible and infecting the rest. And we...
Okay, hold on. Let me wait for this to load. I can't really find playmates. So what else can we do? One game of Dota. And then let me check my battery capacity again. Hell yeah, I love it. Already 2 hours, but it's like it's barely consuming anything. I really should change 2 of my wires here. Although, you know, recently my good soldering iron died, so I don't have any other choice but to use my weaker one. Or, you know, maybe I can borrow my father's. We'll see. I think I can manage with a weaker one. That's why I kinda wanna an adjustable soldering iron, even the cheap one. This basic. Does it have an adjuster? I think the basic one doesn't. It's only like a little lower than $5, but you know I don't have money right now, so yeah. I'd rather use that to buy food at the moment. And I'll just use what I have until the need for it comes. Meow meow.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, man.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
How about range?
Shut the fuck up.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. $200.
Prepare for battle. Prepare for battle. Path of least resistance. My current flows. Dark potency. The time has come. The march of time.
I wanna listen to something technical. Something I can learn something from. I don't know what. I don't know what to listen to today. Meow 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 meow. Oh, hindi nakuha. Okay. Okay, I gave him 1 minute. I gave him 1 minute to fix his mic. I don't really use the Fusion Blade for this hero very much. Probably because I have the Plasma Field and the Storm Surge anyway, to slow them down.
Your middle tower is under attack. Dire's turret has been killed.
It's not a bolt from the blue. I'm not ready. Not yet. It's not quick as lightning. Shocking. Not yet. I'm not ready. Path of least resistance.
Meow, 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 meow.
The time has come.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Whip you into shape. Very well. It's not time yet. Onward. Not yet. Conduct me where you will. I go. It's not time yet. Of course. I'm not ready.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
As lightning. Not yet. I'm not ready. Not yet. It's not time yet. Very well.
The enemy's middle tower
It's not
has
time
fallen.
yet. Not yet. I go. It's not time yet. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Path of least resistance. Not yet.
Can't find the smoke of the heat. Smoke. Maybe Lincoln Sphere.
Dire structures are fortified.
I go. Not yet. Not yet. Forward. I'm not ready.
I was hoping he was jungling.
I'm not ready.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen. Conduct me where you will. It's not time yet. As you wish. Not yet. It's not time yet. Not yet. The time has come. Not yet. I go. I'm not ready.
Frick. Damn.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen. I rise again. Your power comes to me. Agreed. My dynamo, you can't escape the underskin. Of course. I bring the razor light. It's not. I go. This will come as a shock. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. A bolt from the blue. Not yet. It's not time yet. I'm under attack. It's not time yet. Not yet. Very well. I'm not ready. Not yet. Onward, I sense a connection.
Hey, let me check the battery again. Gonna go to the back of my table. And it's really nice that it's barely consuming any energy.
From a spark, I grow. Forward. I go.
Freak, I don't have those anymore.
give you static. Feel my power. Ride the lightning.
The enemy's top tower is falling.
My rage incandesces.
Your bottom tower is under attack. The enemy's top barracks is falling.
It's not time yet.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Feel my
Your bottom tower is falling.
Not yet.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I'm not ready.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
I'd like to play some more, but there might be things that need to be done here at home, so yeah, I'm gonna end the stream after this.
Your middle tower is under attack.
A bolt from the blue.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Man, Lozano keeps on showing me stuff. I can't afford any. Can't even afford what I want. So, stop creating more wants. I didn't even have Lincoln Sphere. But I think he was trying to build one. Oh. He already has the perseverance. What? You freak.
Your top tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
He forgot that I have the damage bonus. And a teammate that helped me. Yeah, they really saved me from Weaver. Yeah, like I said, I'd like to play some more, but there might be things that need to be done. So yes, bye bye YouTube. 80 watts. Okay, bye bye. See ya. Thanks for coming. Bye bye. Take care.